Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabby. This is the Ink Bunny. I'm getting over a cold, so please forgive my brusqueness. It is December, and I'm here for the December TBR. Let's get into it. My voice is not going to last very long. Okay, so for December, I've decided to do a little bit of both. We're going to do regular books and Christmas books. Christmas books, we're going to read from the 1st until the 25th. So I've got a few on the list. Whatever I get to before the 25th, the rest of the books on the list, I have until the 1st of January to get into. So let's get started. I'm going to go over the physical books first because I have them and I can show them to you. And then the digital books I'll put up here so you can see them. So let's get into the physical books that I have on my list. Let's talk about it. First book I want to talk about, Double Jeopardy by Francine Pascal. This is a Sweet Valley High super thriller, and there are 9 books in the series. If I like this one, I was thinking about doing a 24 reading vlog where I read the entire series. So I made the mistake of buying this, never getting around to reading it, wanting to attempt what I just told you, and then discovering that they had the TV show on Amazon. I watched it. Why do we like Jessica? She's literally an awful person. She's so selfish that like someone got her episode 2 and they're just like, that's such a Jessica thing to do. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You're just hoping she grows out of it? Like, what is happening? Yuck, 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 yuck. So I'm hoping that this is nothing like that 1991 TV show. 1992, I think. Hopefully it's nothing like the TV show and I will enjoy it. Because I'm kind of excited to go through the book series, and that just gotta go. Horrible. So, back of this says that there is hot pursuit. When twin sisters Jessica and Elizabeth Wakefield land internships at the Sweet Valley News, they think they'll be reporting the news, but they end up making headlines when Jessica becomes an eyewitness to murder. Then Adam Maitland, a friend of the twins' brother Stephen, is charged with the murder, and Elizabeth has evidence that could convict him. Jessica knows Adam is innocent. She saw the murderer, and she sets out to prove it. The problem is, he saw her too. Can the twins find the killer before he finds them, or will Jessica and Elizabeth be caught in a deadly case of mistaken identity? And this comes in at 214 pages. The next book on our list is The Revenge by Hannah Jane. This has also been on my TBR for a while. I bought this after I read the first Hannah Jane's Truly Madly Deadly and absolutely loved it. And this plus a couple of other ones were on sale, so I got them. This is the last Hannah Jane that I own that I haven't read. So let's get into it. The Revenge. The back says, Tony wanted revenge. What he got was so much worse. Breakups can be messy. After his ex-girlfriend Hope embarrasses him in front of the entire school, Tony wants revenge. So he signs her up for online dating sites, subscriptions, and even makes the location of her phone public. That's terrible. Why would you, why are these people so awful? And it works. A few days later, Hope calls begging Tony to stop the prank. Then she screams and a car door slams. The call drops. Tony tries to keep cool. It's just like Hope to get back at him with more drama. But when Hope isn't at school the next day, Tony knows the joke has gone too far and he may have led a predator to his ex's door. Can Tony find Hope and save her before it's too late for the both of them? That sounds like so much fun. This comes in at 304 pages. Next on our list, 5 Survive. Just like If We Were Villains, I am determined to finish this book before the new year. In the new year, Holly Jackson's latest novel, The Reappearance of April, comes out, and I want to have this done so that there is nothing in my way to focus on that. You know? So, I feel like I've read you the synopsis like 8 times, but essentially, 8 hours, 6 friends, 5 survive. Red Kitty is on a road trip for spring break with 5 friends. Her best friend and her older brother, his perfect girlfriend, a friend from school, and the guy Red wishes was more than a friend. But they won't make it to their destination. When their RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere with no cell service, they soon realize this is no accident. They've been trapped by someone out there in the dark, someone who clearly wants them dead. And this boy is a thickums, and it comes in at 386 pages. The next book on our list is book 2 in the Jane Austen murder mystery series, and it's called Sense and Second Degree Murder by Tirzah Price. So I read the first one of these in the sequel TBR, and it really surprised me how much I liked it, so I'm going to continue the series. And now we can learn a little bit about what this is about, seeing as when I got it the first time, I hadn't read the first book, so there were spoilers. Alright, so when aspiring scientist Eleanor Dashwood discovers her beloved father slept over the desk of his office study, she knows his death means dire straits for the Dashwood women. What's worse, an outdated will entails his estate, including Norland and Company, the private investigation firm where her younger sister Marianne worked as her father's protege, to their half-brother and his haughty wife, who waste no time in forcing the Dashwoods out of their home and into a cramped apartment on London's Martin Street. But before they go, the Dashwood sisters make a startling discovery that points to foul play and a killer who might be family. It could be dangerous. It could ruin their reputations, and more importantly, it won't bring back their father. But if the Dashwood sisters can bring their father's murderer to justice, it might bring them all some comfort, and it might even lead to love. Oh, so this is not Lizzie. This is a new group of people. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, cool. I might like them even more than I liked Lizzie. Awesome. And this boy is thick too. This guy comes in at 460 pages. The next book on our list is one of the first Christmas-based books, and it is called The Last Resort by Carolyn Keene. It is a Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys super mystery. And the back states that America's hottest teen sleuths team up when murder stuns a posh winter paradise. She's called to be part of a dream team of super sleuths at a glamorous winter playground. Major rock star Brad McDougal is shooting a big-budget video at fabulous Mount Mirage, and owner Kid Harrison is worried. The deadly prankster who's been plaguing the resort may target the video for sabotage. Meanwhile, the Hardy Boys have been asked to join the security force. At first, Nancy, Frank, and Joe manage to cover all bases and have fun doing it. Joe even gets close to country singer Roseanne James. Then, a music mogul is found murdered. Suddenly, the posh playground becomes a combat zone where rock stars and millionaires rub elbows with the cold-blooded killers. And where someone has scheduled the teen trio to check out far sooner than planned. I love how cheesy these summaries are. I'm so excited. This guy comes in at 219. The next one we have is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I'm not going to go into this because I've talked about it like several times within the last 3 or 4 videos that you've seen, and I am currently reading this. I'm about 10 pages in. The next book I will hope to get to is Masters of Death by Olive E. Blake. I talked about this, I think, in the latest video as well, but essentially there's a mystery, there's romance, and it's fantasy with people of color. Like, when you guys look at those end papers, like, oh my fucking god. Like, what? Wait for it, because there's more. Like, are they not stunning? Oh my heavens. So, I'm very excited. There's a quirky girl, there's a snooty guy, there's death, there's a murder mystery. Don't need much more. It is on the thicker side. This comes in at 349 pages. Next book on the list is called All Dressed Up by Jilly Gagnon, and this is a murder mystery. In a remote hotel, a woman goes missing. There's a group of people that get together. They do like a 1920s murder mystery party, but then the murder becomes real. Very excited about that. This one comes in at 328 pages. So now we've hit the digital books on our list, so let me grab my phone so I can give you the summaries. Okay, so one of the first Christmas books on our list is called Counterfeit Christmas. It's a Nancy Drew file. It's number 102. And this book states, when crime crashes in, Nancy finds that the money may be fake, but the danger is all too real. Bess has gotten a real surprise, for two crisp new 20s that turned out to be fake. Her aunt, who works at River Heights magazine, unwittingly passed them along, and Nancy's out to trace the funny money to its source. But there's one very big suspect, Stuart Teal. He has looks to die for and clearly has designs on Nancy. Stuart might want to corner the market on Nancy's affection, but she can't afford to take the chance, especially when another top suspect is found dead. Drawn into a world where greed rules and life isn't worth a plug nickel, Nancy has no choice but to keep her eyes on the bottom line. She's searching for a counterfeiter who fits the bill of a murderer. The next book on our list is a little bit of a fib. So in the Turkey-a-thon video, I talked about how I wasn't going to read any of those authors again, but I really liked Carolyn Q. Hunter, and she has a Christmas-themed waffle. And since that was the highest rated book out of the group, I am going to read her Christmas one, which is called The Christmas Waffle Caper, and that's number 4. And in this, it states that it's nearly Christmas in Haunted Falls, and Sonia Reed and her fiancé Frank Thompson have been invited to a festive white elephant party. However, before the party begins, Sonia has just one Christmas delivery to make to a cabin across the lake. Unfortunately, when car trouble prevents the duo from getting back to town, Sonia knows it's just the beginning of what could become one crazy night. Some strange family drama, a body, a ghost, and an escaped mental patient make for one spooky winter. The next book on our list is called The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley, and this states that a group of old college friends are snowed in at a hunting lodge and murder and mayhem ensue. All of them are friends. One of them is a killer. That sounds so much fun. I'm so excited about that. It Came Upon a Midnight Shear by Allie Plater, and this is a Riverbank knitting mystery. It says a murder in her yarn shop's backyard puts Libby Beckett's holiday plans on thin ice. Okay. The next one is called A Christmas Candy Killing, and this is in a series called Killer Chocolate by Christina Romaril. And this one states that their chocolates are to die for, but things aren't so sweet when a real killer comes to town. In this debut mystery, identical twins, Alex and Hannah, are the owners of Murder and Mayhem, a mystery bookshop that sells their famous poison-themed killer chocolates. But now there's a real killer in their midst. Shortly before Christmas, their 70-year-old neighbor Jane confides to Alex that a murderer from a true crime show has taken up residence in the village. Unfortunately, she's also shared her suspicions with town gossip Netta. The next morning, Alex shows up to watch the show, but instead discovers Jane's body with a box of killer chocolates nearby. It's called The Christmas Killer by Alex Pine, and it says, as the snow begins to fall, the body count begins to climb. I don't need nothing else. We got a heavy body count, and we got snowed in people. That sounds great. The next book is called The Mystery of Mistletoe Hall by Benedict Brown, and this one states, England, 1925, when Lord Edgington receives an invitation to spend the Christmas holiday with an old colleague from the police. He expects fine food, good conversation, and the warmth of a roaring fire. But on arriving at Mistletoe Hall with his family, they discover the house deserted and no explanation for where their host or his servants could be. As more guests appear, the master detective begins to question what could connect the disparate group of newcomers. A teacher, a comedian, a thief, a sportsman, a singer, a policeman, and a racing driver will all have their roles to play when a killer crashes the party. I love cottage house mysteries. Like, those are some of my favorites of all time. So excited. The next book on a list is called The Christmas Murder Game by Alexandra Benedict. 12 clues, 12 keys, 12 days of Christmas. But who will survive until 12th night? Lily Armitage never intended to return to Endgame House, the grand family home where her mother died 21 Christmases ago, until she receives a letter from her aunt asking her to return to take part in an annual tradition, the Christmas game. The challenge: solve 12 clues to find the 12 keys. The prize: the deed to the manor house. Lily has no desire to win the house, but her aunt makes one more promise. The clues will also reveal who really killed Lily's mother all those years ago. So we got a cold case. We got everybody coming back to the scene of the crime. We got a generous time difference. and a carriage house. So good. The next one is called Gingerbread to Die For by number 8 in the Dunbarton's Mysteries by Valerie Tate. This one says, cookies and corpses, not the picture-perfect Christmas Chris and Alicia Mallory had planned. Recipe for a Christmas murder. Take one gingerbread competition, one mayor looking for publicity, one egocentric celebrity chef, and a killer with an axe to grind. Mix thoroughly for the perfect Christmas murder. Well, almost perfect. The next one I've got is called Dying for Christmas by Tammy Cone. Oh. It says, I am missing, held captive by a blue-eyed stranger. To mark the 12 days of Christmas, he gives me a gift every day, each more horrible than the last. The 12th day is getting closer. After that, there will be no more Christmas cheer for me. No mince pies, no carols, no way out. I have a secret. No one has guessed it, will you? That sounds spooky. I'm very excited about that. There are a couple more. Murder at the Snowed Inn by Imogen Plemp. And this one states that murder in the cozy snow-capped mountains and heartwarming romance to boot. Heartbroken after her beloved husband's death, Claire Anderson, proud foster mom, dog mom, and culinary artisan, decides to try her hand at a new beginning, renovating an old B&B in idyllic Galway, Maryland, on the edge of the enchanted Appalachian Mountains. She knew her fresh start would be exciting, but she never expected it to be tinged with enthralling adventure, romance that's sweet as sweet can be, and murder. That is the last book on our list. So, I don't even know how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so there are 20 books on the list, and I just talked about 19. The 20th one is called You Should Have Killed Me by Casey Kuckler, and I received that as an ARC from Sunny Bay PR. I think I talked about this last video, but I don't think I told you what it was about. So this says that Sunny's life as a lounge singer has been exciting, but lately run-ins with a blue-eyed stranger have her on edge. He's been following her, and in his delusion, she is already his. Sunny is charmed by him and sees a side to life that she can only dream of. But as he starts to unweave his monstrous side, it becomes very clear that he will do anything to keep his family's secret hidden, even if that means killing Sunny. She should have died that night. After a long coma and jagged memories of her own near death, Sunny must grapple with what the doctors tell her, that it's all in her head. But then why does her heart stop beating at the sight of his blue eyes? She knows what he's done, and she won't go down without a fight. I have until the 27th of December to get it finished, so I'm going to slide that in with the rest of them, and hopefully I can put these books away. If I am capable of doing that, the book count for the year goes to 157. Just keep in mind, the original book count, I keep wanting to say body count, like the word body is on the tip of my tongue every time I talk about my book count. The book count for the year was 65, and we are at 137 right now. So we have already passed the book goal twice this year. So to get to 157 would be just absolutely wild. So let's see what we can get into before the year's out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Gabs, this is the Ink Bunny, and I will see you soon because we're gonna have some weekly vlogs to talk about. Bye!